Welcome to round 6 of the FIA European Rally Championship. This is one of the true tarmac classics, where maximum focus is required to tackle the iconic Barum Czech Rally Zlin. As we zero in on the main prize, the championship crosses the border from Poland last time out to the Czech Republic. Remaining on the sealed surface, the historic region of Moravia in the southeast of the country has a rich motorsport heritage, not least for the 47th running of this classic late summer rally. So what a season it's been so far. 5 rallies and 5 different winners, making this one of the hardest seasons to predict in ERC history. Back in March, Bruno Magalhães was the surprise package in the Azores for round 1. The Portuguese driver took advantage of home support to take the overall win. On to round 2 of the championship in the Canary Islands, and the Russian Alexei Lukyanuk was absolutely unstoppable, and he stormed to victory with 10 stage wins from 12. Round 3 was one of the toughest tests of the year as we tackled the Acropolis Rally in Greece, and reigning ERC champion Kajetan Kajetanovic took the win by an incredible 3 minutes ahead of his nearest rivals. The summer sunshine of Cyprus was next, with more tough gravel stages in round number 4. Two-time Dakar winner Nasser Al-Attiyah claimed a 5th record victory in Cyprus. After the summer break, we switched to tarmac in Poland. Last time out for round 5 of the season, and French asphalt ace Brian Bouffier held off the competition to take the win on one of his favourite rallies. So 5 winners out of 5 different rounds. Kajetan Kajetanovic is leading the championship, has a 13-point advantage over Bruno Magalhães in the championship standings. The rallying Game of Thrones is ready to continue here in ancient Czech Republic countryside. 15 special stages lay ahead over 2 legs, starting with the iconic Zlin street stage. 204 kilometers of technical tarmac stages, with a service based in Otrovici. The championship leader and reigning double champion Kajetan Kajetanovic knows a record-breaking title is now within his grasp.
It's simple what I have to do this weekend if I want to be on top position in European Championship. I want to keep Bruno behind me.
That is Bruno Magalhães, who showed some early promise this year, but needs to keep the faith as he could still win the championship.
I need to believe, because I was leading in the first half. Okay, Rally Poland was not good for me, but everything can happen.
But both drivers will have to contend with the odds-on favourite and local hero Jan Kopecki, who has a clear goal here.
My target for this rally is to win here for the 6th time, and okay, it will not be easy. Always when you see the Czech flag, it doesn't matter if it is here or any different rally, it gives you some extra boost. So it means that on this rally, on Barum Rally, you have the extra boost everywhere.
Also benefiting from home support is an army of Czech drivers, including Roman Kresta, Thomas Koster, Václav Pech and Jan Černý. Any of these could fight for the rally win. In 2016, Alexei Lukyanuk was the surprise package here. He fought Kopecki to the final stage, and now, despite serious injuries from a crash 3 months ago, he is back on a mission to make up for lost ground.
We will push on the limit all the time, and maybe slightly over, because it's the only way to beat Škoda in a home ground. So I know I can finish rally before the rally finishes, but it's me.
In the ERC Juniors, it's an opal battle between Chris Ingram and Jari Huttunen and Alex Zawada.
This is a rally for brave guys.
In the city of Zlin, the fans were out in force as always to see their rally heroes. Fastest in the qualifying stage was Alexei Lukanuk, and he was first to pick his road position, and he chose to start to go first on the road. Jan Kopecky is his biggest rival and will be right behind him, second on the road, second quickest in the qualifying stage. Winner of Poland last time out, Brian Bouffier, was off the pace in the qualifying stage and has to go 15th overall. So the ceremonial start in Zlin gives the drivers a huge welcome. Some beautiful sights, sounds and attractions as the iconic rally starts in the centre of town. And then as dusk falls, it's onto the iconic street stage with thousands of spectators lining the streets of Zlin, the city centre on lockdown, as the first stage starts at 9:30 in the evening. And what a spectacular event it is. 9.5 kilometres around the special stage. Home hero Jan Kopecky was the stage winner, ahead of fellow driver Václav Pesch. So with a late finish on Friday evening, the last car starting the stage at 12:30 after midnight, it was an early start as leg one continued. Saturday morning, late August, and 3 stages and a total of 43 competitive kilometres lay ahead for the drivers. Lots of elevations, hill climbs, valleys and a variety of wide, fast and narrow stages lined with trees. The longest and most difficult stage of the day is stage number 4. Alexei Lukanuk, though, the Russian driver, is on a mission and straight out of the blocks, bringing the fight to the odds-on favourite, Jan Kopecky. Lukanuk is suffering from injuries to his legs and a weakness in his foot when braking, and seems not to be using the brake as much because his legs are still really hurting after being in hospital just a few weeks ago after that mid-season crash.
It does not strong enough to push to lock the brakes sometimes, so I really push as hard as I can and the wheel still not lock. So in places I'm really careful because I'm afraid that I will not be able to push it properly.
Alexei 2.2 seconds slower than Jan Kopecky in stage 4, so drops him to second in the standings. 5 times Czech rally winner and 5 times Czech champion. And the 2013 ERC champion is back on his home turf. Overnight leader Jan Kopecky is impressive. A maximum attack on the first stage of the day and wins stage number 2 of the rally. Kopecky fights back in stage 4 to retake the lead, but only by less than 2 seconds, and was really surprised and impressed by the pace of Lukanuk.
It's his favorite stage, or he has some shortcut over there. But on this one, I think it will be a bit faster. The fight will go on, eh?
2-time winner of this rally in 2003 and 2014. One of the most successful drivers in the Czech Republic is 7 times Czech rally champion Václav Pesch. Here he is pushing hard on stage number 4, but making just a couple of mistakes, going wide on a left-hand junction.
Dopraví 2, do levý 3 přes horizont po levu, dopraví 3 minus, do levý 3, váže brzda, levá 6, dlouhá utahne. Brzda, stopa, pravá 78, dlouhá, váže brzda, levá 9 středem, dlouhá.
Until these 2 silly mistakes in stage 4, he was fighting for the win and was 3rd overall. He's now 26 seconds behind the rally leader. Current and double ERC champion knows he has to be careful to retain the championship lead. Because of Kaito's road position, he's 4th on the road today. He's already suffering with a little of the tarmac getting dirty and slippery from the gravel that's been pulled out from the previous two competitors on the stage. But still pushing hard and taking risks.
It's a very exciting stage, Trojac. Yeah, I remember when I was spectator, that was always for brave guys.
So with Bruno Magalhaes onto the stage and his championship rival Kajetan Kajetanovic in 7th position overall, can the Portuguese driver capitalise on Kaito's struggle in the last stage?
Atenção à travagem direitinha, mais 10 para a direita, 2 mais e muda de estrada.
The 2016 ERC Junior Champion is having to adapt quickly to the new, more powerful four-wheel drive machinery this season, and the serving police officer, which is his daytime job, is doing good, but is third quickest in stage 4 and an impressive 6th overall, but he's leading the ERC under-28 class.
Pour gauche 82, sur droite à fond sur ciel, 50 mètres, milieu gauche 82, un peu court, 60 mètres, gauchy, sur ciel droiti, sur gauche à fond 2 fois, pour droite à fond
Winner of
court.
last time out in Rally Rzeszów, Brian Bouffier is keen to set some quick pace here, as is Roman Cresta. The rallying legend has come out of retirement to compete here. The former Works WRC driver and 5-time Czech rally champion and 3 times winner of this rally, Roman Cresta, is back. Normally he prepares cars to rent out to other competitors on the ERC. This is the way the stages look after 4 stages. Kopecky leads with 3 stage wins to his name. Alexei Lukyanuk just wins stage number 3. Coming up next, we're back for some more high-speed action on the sealed surface of the Czech Republic. The unforgiving Barum Czech Rally Zlin takes its first victims. This is round 6 of the European Rally Championship in 2017, and leg 1 of the Barum Czech Rally Zlin continues on this classic tarmac event. Famously fast and bumpy, and a bumper entry list of competing on these unforgivable surfaces. Saturday's afternoon stages is 5 tests. The repeat of the 3 morning stages, bookended by 2 spins round a short, spectacular, spectator-friendly super special stage. While not competing on the ERC stages yet, one car that is causing a stir in the service park is the Fiat Abarth 124 Spider. Fiat Abarth has a history of stretching back to 1972 in the ERC, and we hope to see the RGT car back on the stages very, very soon. Romain Dumas, in another RGT, is already making big waves on the stages. The Porsche 997 GT3 driver, Romain Dumas, and co-driver Denis Giraudet, the 2-time Le Mans winner, suffered a puncture early on, but still continues to thrill the fans with the sound of his car. Jose Antonio Suarez in the ERC under-28 category is having a tough time out on the stages. Had a big moment in stage number 3, leaving his Peugeot with a big hole in the side of it. He's lucky not to get any more damage than that. In ERC2, championship leader Zelindo Malagari from Italy finishes 2nd in his class after the first leg on the Barum Rally. Ahead of him, though, is Tibor Erdi Jr. He's slowly building his confidence, but is leading ERC2 after the first stages. Onto the ERC under-27 class, and the ERC Junior Experience was back in Zlin to teach the young drivers the vital skills they need to survive in the world of rallying. Rally Poland winner Brian Bouffier was also on hand to offer some expert one-to-one advice.
The ERC Junior experience is really helpful for the drivers, and as well they are using a front-wheel drive car. which is for me the best school to learn the proper driving. My job was to go with them in the car, looking to their driving style, trying to give them some tips. Some of them are really promising. And then they came with me, so they could have seen how is my driving. And definitely I hope that it was useful for them.
It's time now to see how the ERC Junior Under-27 drivers are faring on the stages after their masterclass. Chris Ingram, it was probably the worst possible start for the championship leader in Zlin, with a broken wishbone on the front right wheel of his car on the first city street stage. Means that Ingram didn't start or finish the first stage of the event. As for Katie Munnings, the ERC Ladies Champion, also had an abrupt end to her evening with a broken wheel, like Ingram, and was given a nominal stage time in that street stage. First time she's ever had to change the wheel in the dark. As for Jari Huttunen, in the Opel Adam, the first stage begins on Saturday morning, and it's a big battle with Chris Ingram and his teammate Huttunen. Huttunen having big problems in stage number 4, crashing out. Ending up in a river, and unfortunately with roll cage damage, Huttunen is forced to retire from the rally. Julian Wagner from Austria, with Huttunen's demise, Ingram's problems, Julian Wagner is second on his ERC debut. As for Alex Zawada, some big moments on the stage, clearly pushing to the limit here. Big spin in stage 8, but he still holds on to the Junior Under-27 class after 9 stages in the Czech Republic. So we tackle stage 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 now. For the big ERC drivers, and an unexpected rallycross action for Bruno Magalhaes, who finds himself in stage number 5 at the same time as Jan Černý. A moment for him on this one, that was because they're doing like a loop around this racetrack venue here, and Bruno just starting the stage the same time as Jan was completing his first lap. No problems though, just put Bruno off his game plan for a moment. As for Jan Černý, mixed fortunes, an excellent pace on stage number 6, but then several mistakes in stage 8. But for Brian Bouffier, a puncture in the stage after a big impact in a cut. And he has to stop on the stage to change the tyre. Drops 2 minutes and drops down the leaderboard from position 4 to position 17. Wrestling with the wheel here, finding a safe place to pull over. Hemorrhaging time on the tyre change. With that done, off he goes. Protecting his championship lead and off the overall pace, but ahead of Magalhaes, which is absolutely crucial to hold on to the championship lead at the moment. Kajetan Kajetanovic is still in the top 10 times. Ends up the day 7th overall.
I'm quite happy. The driving is okay. That was the plan, to not take a big risk, and at this moment we did it.
A solid performance from the Czech driver Thomas Koska, who turns 33 on leg 2 of the rally. But this is leg number 1, and he has some damage to his window in stage number 7 from a heavy impact on one of the jumps, and then loses rear wheel drive during stage number 8, but ends the day in 6th overall. but still a close battle for 4th overall. As we watch Roman Cresta flying down the runway on one of these stages, the Czech legend is driving on these roads with, in some places, 10 kilometers of his home. Marian Griebel is winning the battle in the ERC under-28 category. He's battling against Jan Černý, but survived a big moment in stage 6 and responded with an excellent second quickest time in stage number 7. Václav Pech had a solid podium push from the Czech legend despite a stage 7 where he described as crazy, but his times are consistent. He's 3rd overall and is keeping the pressure on Lukanuk towards the end of leg number 1. As for the Russian rocket Alexei Lukanuk, he won on stage 5 and spun in stage number 6 and then lost power steering in his Fiesta R5 after a heavy impact in stage number 7. Having to stop and reboot the car here, that's why we can't hear anything. There we are. So the master reset again seems to do the job for Lukanuk, but losing time and dropping him right down in the standings there. On board with Jan Kopecky now, still consistent and still very quick. Winning 3 stages of the afternoon loop, the ex-ERC champion is demonstrating his pedigree on this surface. And he's clearly managing the rally from the front and is on target for his 6th rally Barum win. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, it was a good stage. You know, I tried to go really smooth. No any risk. Okay, there is quite a bad cut, you know, and so it's quite tricky place. And luckily, we didn't get any puncture.
So the end of leg number 1 looks like this. Jan Kopecky is leading the rally by 16.6 seconds to Alexei Lukanuk. Václav Pech, another Czech, his 3rd step at the moment. The battle for the win is still clearly on, as you can see here from our stage wins. All of them are won going to Jan Kopecky. So let's see what happens when the Barum Czech Rally Zlin continues on leg number 2. Will the Russian rocket be able to beat the home hero? We'll be back in a few moments here from the Czech Republic. It's round 6 of the FIA European Rally Championship. More ERC action to come. Welcome back to the Barum Czech Rally Zlin. It's a Sunday morning in late August, and everybody is ready for leg number 2, the final push of the day today. The classic stage runoff, 3 stages, back to service, and then back round to do it all again. One last time. 2 runs through the 3 stages today. First one going live at 8:38 in the morning. It's 8.15 kilometers in length. Second stage at 9:11 at 17.32 kilometers. And at 10:24 in the morning, it's the longest test of the day at 22.09 kilometers in length. But we pick up the action with Pavel Valusek. It's the top 10 reverse order starting the day today. So Jan Kopecky, who's leading the rally, is 10th car on the road, but to open the stages today is Pavel Valusek. Clean run for him. Josh Moffat is back on the pace after breaking his wheel in the final stage of last night. But then in the second stage of the day, in Pindler, has a massive moment. Just watch this.
Right. You're reversing and you're going that way, yeah.
Josh getting away with that one. Just.
You're okay. Alright, now settle, yeah. You're okay, good man. 120 down. 6 left.
High-speed moment for Josh. It could have gone terribly, terribly wrong into the scenery there, but James Fulton just calming him down and getting him on his way again. As for Jan Černý, the 27-year-old driver is fighting back for the ERC junior title today and starts the day in 6th position overall. Disaster for him, though. The local favourite suffers a puncture on the first test of the day. Has to stop and change the tyre and loses valuable minutes and drops way out of the top 10. Heartbreaking for Jan.
It's like a gravel and we had a puncture and I have to stop in the really fast section because I don't have the tires on the rim, so game over.
Game over for Jan Černy's fight, but still good for Václav Peš, 2 times winner of this rally in 2003 and 2014, and one of the most successful Czech rally drivers of all time. He's the 7-time Czech rally champion. All going well though, 3rd overall and on the podium, but it all goes horribly wrong on the road section and disaster for him. He gets 2 punctures, a double puncture. So with no spare wheels, the car has to retire on the liaison section to stage number 11. Peš is out of the rally. Kaito is still going well. The double ERC champion knows he has to be careful to retain his lead of the championship here, especially as his closest rival, Bruno Magalhães, is down in 10th position. Really struggling with this fast tarmac though. But the trouble with Peš and Černý moves Kaito up to 6th overall.
This stage is absolutely great, so exciting, so exciting. It's difficult to find a good setup because it's everything here there. So I'm really happy.
Czech rallying legend has come out of his retirement to compete here on his home soil. The former Works WRC driver and 5-time Czech rally champion, and also 3-time winner of this rally, lives in the region, so there's plenty of high expectations from his local fans. Closing the gap to Costa all the time. Can Cresta get on the podium? Roman Cresta prepares cars at his factory Cresta Racing, which is just 2 kilometers from the service park. As for racing driver who has competed in single-seaters, DTM, the Le Mans 24-hour race, and now switching codes to rallying, Thomas Koska has made the podium on this home event several times in the past and is fighting hard again today. He's now up to 3rd position after the demise of Václav Peš on his 33rd birthday. It's all going in the right direction for Thomas Koska. And this is Alexei Lukyanuk from our helicopter and onboards now. The Russian rocket set out yesterday with an all-or-nothing approach to the rally to try and beat Jan Kopecky on the event. He was battling with Jan last year right down to the final stage when it all went wrong and he umped the car into a wall and broke the steering on the final section as he was going to win the rally. But with power steering problems in leg 1 and more worryingly major pain and fatigue from his legs that have been healing up over the recent weeks, means he's really struggling physically.
Левый 1 минус поздний, 150 прямо, правый 4 минус. 30, левый 8. На правый 2 длинный, 300 ретардер. Левый 1 минус длинный, очень длинный, тире 2, 50. Правый 2 поздний, на трамплин аккуратно.
As we switch our attention to Jan Kopecky and Pavel Drezler calling out the pace notes. 5-time Czech rally winner and 5-time Czech champion, 2013 ERC champion, is also dominating this event one more time.
120, levá 3 přes horizont travy, 152. Pravá 6 plus za tyč, 30 levá 9 odboč široká.
Settle in and relax and watch Kopecky through this stage. Just incredible stuff.
300 vlevo. Retardér, pravá 6, levá 7, hned pravá 6. Pravá 6, levá 7, hned pravá 6. 60, levá 3 dlouhá moc utáhne. 100. Pravá 4 plus značka přes horizont a do pravé 3. 100. Levá 4 plus značky. 60. Levá 2 dlouhá a do pravé 3 značka přes horizont. Váže levá 300, levá 7 minus odboč za balík. Levá 7 minus odboč za balík. 62. Levá 7 odboč kolej. 20. Pravá 4. 151. Pravá 5 minus, utáhne 6 minus travy do lesa, na koleji dlouhá. 20.
Today the conditions are very tricky because there is a lot of loose stuff everywhere from every cut. So we have to be really focused because the mistake is so close, and this is something what we don't want to do.
So Jan Kopecky maintains a lead of nearly 30 seconds from Alexei Lukyanuk. The battle for third step of the podium is close at the moment, with the Czech drivers Kresta and Costa both vying for that position, plus Marian Griebel in 5th position overall. So we're coming back in a minute for the business end of the Barum Czech Rally Zlin, when we continue the final 3 stages of the event and come to a conclusion of this dramatic, rough, tough tarmac event. We're on round 6 of the 2017 FIA European Rally Championship as we tear up the tarmac in southeast Czech Republic. As we near the end of the Barum Rally, thousands of fans await yet more drama on the testing tarmac stages. Temperatures are warm today, up to 31 degrees Celsius in the sunshine. And Jaroslav Pesel, local Czech driver in a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9, despite a big moment on stage 13, he was the 2nd highest placed production car driver in his class. As for Emma Falcon, living on the Canary Islands, she retired from Rally Poland, is having a tough time here in Zlin, with brake problems throughout leg number 2 in the ladies' standings. As for Sergei Remenik from Russia, the ERC2 category driver, which is nearly for production cars, Sergei was running 2nd overall before a puncture on day number 1. On the 2nd day, the Russian finishes 3rd in his class. And as for Zelindo Meligari, the ERC2 championship leader finishes 2nd overall with a boost to his championship points here. As for the Hungarian driver Tibor Erdi Jr., ahead of him though, Tibor bounces back after engine failure robbed him of a victory on the final stop line in Poland just a few weeks ago and takes the win. Onto the junior under-27 category, and championship leader Chris Ingram had a torrid first leg with mechanical issues on day number 1. He's the fastest driver on leg 2, with 3 stage wins to salvage something from a tough, torrid weekend.
Cut at logs. Bumpy 80.
As for ladies driver from Italy, Tamara Molinero, she had problems of her own in the afternoon loop on leg number 2 with power steering failure. Means she doesn't take maximum points in the ladies category, but still gets valuable championship points. She tackled the final stage of the event with no power steering and had tears in her eyes with pain at the end of that one. As for Dominic Bros, the Czech driver had throttle problems that held him back on the stage as he hunted for a podium, but he finishes 5th overall in the junior under-27 class. Julian Wagner from Austria in a 2:08 R2 on his ERC debut though. Julian Wagner finishes an impressive 4th overall in the under-27 class despite 2 punctures on day number 2. His brother Simon Wagner though takes advantage of those issues to steal the final podium position from his brother. He took the lead over Julian by just 2 seconds. As for Philip Mares, clutch problems plague the local driver throughout day number 2, but still picks up valuable championship points, and he finishes 2nd overall in the standings. This is Alex Zawada then, the Polish driver. Takes a deserved victory in the under-27 class. Despite gearbox problems, he manages to take the lead to the win by a massive 3 minutes at the end of the event. Brilliant work from Alex.
It's been a really tough rally. It's been really treacherous for all, and we're lucky to be here as well. So we're really happy. You know, this is the result that I needed. You know, we kept the championship alive. I still have a chance to win the championship now, which is what I'm going to be gunning for in Rome. So watch out, Chris and Yari.
So that's the confirmation of Alex Zawada's 2nd ever ERC junior class win. He last did it in Belgium just a couple of years ago in 2015. Zawada leads the championship with 99 points. Ingram just a few points behind him. To the main event and the main class here on the ERC. It's the final stage showdown. And a difficult rally for the Portuguese driver Bruno Magalhães, who is currently 2nd in the championship, but he's unfamiliar with this event and by no means a tarmac expert compared to the other local drivers. He and his co-driver Hugo Magalhães, who is no relation by the way, will gain great experience for the next time they come out to Zlin. Bruno finishes the rally with a puncture and 9th overall. The champion knows how to do this best, and he knows how to capitalise on Magalhães' inexperience on this surface. So Kaito manages to take the lead of the championship with a very measured drive this weekend. Finishes the event without any problems or mistakes all weekend. On the Barum Czech Rally Zlin, Kaito finishes 5th overall.
Przechodzi 6 prawy, do poświęć 5 prawy, otwarty i zacisk ciąć sam, do zahacz 6 prawy szczytem, przechodzi 7 prawy siodło.
Former racing driver has been impressive once again on his home rally, and today's his 33rd birthday. Thomas Koska is holding on to 3rd position right now, right up until the last stage of the rally. With a retired Roman Cresta coming out of the woodwork, certainly pushing hard. As for Roman Cresta, in the final loop, the retired hero is really turning up the heat on Koska. 2nd quickest on stage 13 and wins stage 15 with a big push. Overhauls Koska and takes up to 3rd position. An incredible push on the final big stage. Just pushing Koska off that 3rd position. Brilliant work.
Yeah, I push like hell, so... Amazing, amazing. It's crazy. I must say I'm crazy because I'm too old and I push like hell.
Incredible stuff for him to see him come back, fight like that, and with all his fans egging him on. Cresta's 3rd step of the podium, As for Alexei Lukanuk, it's a lockout. He can't really move anywhere against Jan Kopecky and continues to struggle with his leg that is healing, that he broke just a few weeks ago. Using left foot braking is too painful for him, so he's having to switch to brake with his right foot, swapping with his co-driver on the road sections as well to save his body. But safe in second overall. On a big push though, just watch this moment on the final stage. A massive moment for Alexei. Almost adopting the win it or bin it approach and loses 30 seconds.
You know, it was a 95% chance that I'm not here, because it was a terrible place on the stage. So I spin, I went into the ditch, I almost hit some piece of tree, but disaster was so close. But I was driving safe, I was completely trying to reach finish, you know, and still we did a mistake, unbelievable.
I don't know how he does it. He made a mistake on the final stage last year and he was going for a win then, but nearly lost second. 95% chance he wasn't going to be here, he says. As for Kopecky, the Czech Republic has him on his home ground. He's won this rally 5 times. He's been unbeaten on his home soil since 2015. He's been with his co-driver Pavel Dresler since 2011, and it's a fantastic relationship, working so well in the Skoda. With 11 stage wins out of 15, Kopecky does it for one more time on his home soil.
Yeah, it was a really great battle, but big thanks to the team and Pavel, because everyone did a really great job. Especially the first day was really tricky because we had a huge battle with Lukanuk. Huge weekend, again, home crowds everywhere, Czech fans, Czech flags, something really special.
Something very, very special for him to take home that beautiful trophy again and have it in his house for one more year. Confirmation then of the overall standings. Kopecky wins. 55.5 seconds behind his Alexei Lukanuk. Roman Kresta just pushing Thomas Koska off that third step in the final stage. Big push from the old dog, teaching the kids new tricks. As for Marian Griebel, a superb drive from the 2016 ERC Junior Champion, moving up the leaderboard and wins the under-28 class.
It's like a fantastic season, yeah. I've never expected to be the champion after just 4 out of 6 races, so yeah, incredible. It was like perfect 4 weekends for us, and I'm really, really happy.
With 3 class wins so far in 2017 in the Azores, Poland, and now in Zlin, he is unbeatable in the under-28 standings. His prize is a drive in a World Rally car in the World Championship in 2018. Absolutely fantastic stuff for Marian Griebel, who 12 months ago was competing in an R2 car here. So Jan Kopecky's Czech mates toast an unbeaten run on the home soil. Time to celebrate back in the service park. And clarification of the championship points in the ERC. Kaito still leads with 120 points. Magalhaes is on 97. Lukanuk is on 73. Over the podium in the centre of Zlin, and to raise the silverware as ever we do on the end of the ERC events. Fantastic weekend one more time. Skoda is on the top step of the podium. That's it from the 47th edition of the Barum Czech Rally Zlin, another European Rally Classic. To finish in Barum, you finished something very, very special on this incredibly abrasive tarmac. But next up, we head round to Italy, to Rome, for the penultimate round of the championship and a brand new rally on the ERC. We're all looking forward to welcoming you to Italy in just a few weeks' time. So we're heading towards the back half of the season. All roads lead to Rome. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.